forgot his right name, but what part of his name is Vernon. I really don't know how to get in touch with him because I'm not down there. I'm overseas.
Okay, so I know some guys who are working on the ground in the Montego Bay area as well. I know there's aid, so there's care packages heading to the Montego Bay area next week or in the next couple of days. So we can definitely try and work with you. And listen, and I'm sorry if this has actually happened, and it sounds like, I mean, it just sounds crazy, you know, for a lot of people, they'll find it hard to believe that a man with 2 broken legs, not just one broken leg, has been turned away from a hospital.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's true. I'm not telling any lie, but you know, that's why I take your platform to come for look for help because I don't know what to do. I tried everything I could, and I just can't do it no more.
Are you in touch with him? Are you talking to him right now? Is he okay?
I call a neighbor phone because only the floor works where they are right now. There's no light, no internet, and I spoke with him a little, but then we got cut off, and he said he's in a lot of pain.
So Taurus, I think this is you know, considered an emergency. So we need to try and do everything for your 80-year-old dad. So I can personally reach out to the health ministry. Do we know the situation in his area? Is it, you know, sort of blocked off in terms of flooding or just debris in the area? Is he able to leave and go somewhere if needs be?
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, right there is clear.
It's clear. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy because there's a new field hospital. Is he near to Cornwall by any chance?
Yeah, sure.
So he's near to Cornwall. Okay, so there's a new field hospital. The Prime Minister announced today that he's opening a new field hospital in Cornwall. And that's going to be up and running on... Just bringing it up here. I think he said the Cornwall Hospital... he hasn't put a date on it, but it's going to be open. But the hospital that's currently under a lot of pressure is the Falmouth Hospital. How far is that from where your dad is? Is that a bit of a way?
No, definitely. That's where most of the time they took people from Cornwall to Falmouth. Yeah, but if he has to go there, you know. But I heard that the storm damaged it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hearing that. So they're going to open the Cornwall Hospital to take... Yeah, so the plan is to open Cornwall to take the pressure of Falmouth. But yeah, listen, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. I mean, other than that, he's okay. Does he have somebody with him at all, or is he by himself?
He's with his son.
He's with his son. Okay. Listen, I'm so sorry you have to go through this, and we keep hearing stories like this, and this is why we continue to do what we do in terms of asking the question, how much longer will survivors have to wait for help, and how much longer is aid going to take to reach people who are desperately in need? Please DM me, and we're going to talk offline and see what we can do, and then we'll come back tomorrow and update everyone and see at least if we can make if we can get him some help tonight or maybe in the morning. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for using your platform. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it. So TJ, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, appreciate you doing this, by the way. And I know you came on yesterday for you guys who were watching, and because we'd been on for 5 or 6 hours, we thought, you know what, let's just restart and refresh and get a sense from you, right? So you've been out on the ground. For people who don't know you, you're a TikToker. You decided to use your platform for the greater good in terms of raising awareness and getting out there and doing stuff, right?
Right.
But I guess at this point, we're wondering, why is it taking so long? Why do you think it's taking so long for the Jamaican government to deliver aid to survivors? And how much more time do you think they're going to need in order to reach people like that lady we heard from, Swiss, who we can see, and others right now?
Okay, so like I was explaining yesterday, the country is very big, and it's basically half of the country that has been damaged, and people are in emergency state right now that need help. However, as we know, the government alone cannot do this. And like I was explaining yesterday again, I've seen videos where he's actually doing stuff. But the thing is, what people expect, all right, this as a TikToker then, I know that I can just get up, rent a car or rent a truck and just go down and get the job done. However, the government can't do stuff like that. They work in a systematic way to get things done properly. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that we as civilians who are helping, whenever we go and help somebody, like for example, if we go to Swiss house right now, I will give him a care package that will only last for maybe like a 2 or 3 days. However, with whatever plans the government have in place, whenever they're going to help, it's going to be something that is, more sustainable, like it will last. So that is why I've been trying to explain to people that the government cannot work the way or we as people work. They cannot expect the man to just jump on a bicycle or jump on a boat and just say, hey, I'll go to one person's house and give out this. They're not going to do that. So, and I mean, the situation is really bad. It is really, really extremely bad. And it's a lot of people. So when the government is helping one side, of course, the next side is going to complain because people are hungry, people are frustrated. They might run out of patience, and which we can understand that. We can understand that. But at the same time, him only can do what him can do. It's just that no, I believe that we have to come together, which is why, because me and my girlfriend, we've been doing stuff like this for years now. It's just that this hurricane situation is our first big, huge project. You understand? Like, this is huge. Like, we can't even manage it. We only just try to do what we can do. You understand? Yeah, so it's not a case where the government is not working. Because even Lala, the girl that was in the... Because I know she was one of my gifter. So I kind of know of her. Right? And I sent her some videos. I shared some videos to her today to show that the government actually working. But the thing is, example again, Swiss need help, right? When the government go and help Swiss is only one person. You have 50 more persons along the line that need help, and the government cannot reach everybody at the same time. So it's just we know as Jamaicans have to come together and help each other. 2.8, it's more than that. It's 3 million. And then we weren't really prepared for something big like this.
I understand what you're saying, TJ, and obviously I think a lot of people realize that the logistics in all of this is probably what's slowing things down, right?
Right.
But I guess when you have a sole government department that's meant to, prepare for disasters of all magnitude,
right,
whether it's basically a big asteroid, crushing into Kingston, or the entire island losing power, or a big cargo ship, sort of crashing into, Montego Bay or whatever. Their job is to think of all the worst case scenarios.
Okay.
So we know every single year that, Jamaica, prepares for a hurricane. It's a hurricane prone island.
Right.
So I guess for a lot of people, what they're struggling to understand is, how do you not, if it's just the western side of Jamaica that's been impacted, half of the country, and the other half is okay, people are struggling to understand why is it taking so long? We get it, things are going to move slow, but should people just have to accept the fact that there are going to be casualties in this and that people will
we
be
have
unalive?
We have to be real. We have to be realistic. There's no way he can help everybody at the same time. That's the first thing first. It's literally impossible. And this is not just Jamaica alone. Like, for example, let's go to America. The states are very big. So if there was some form of casualty, like a huge casualty in, like, let's say New Jersey, right? There's no way the president could help or evacuate the whole of New Jersey in 1 week. It's impossible, literally. And remember, so this is a first world country we're talking about. You understand? So it's just that, like I said, the government, based off of what, this is just my opinion, and based off of what I've seen so far, they don't try to do like what regular civilians would be doing right now, which is just, pack up a truck and just say, yo, we are going to country, go deliver some care package. They think bigger than that. For example, just as though you mentioned the whole hospital a while ago, no civilian couldn't do that. None of us can't literally build a hospital in 1 week, and that has been doing is what he's doing right now as we speak. You understand?
So one thing that we know for sure, right, is that the storm doesn't discriminate, but recovery appears to be discriminating who's getting help right now. I mean, it's a really sad and depressing reality, but we just got to accept that some people are going to survive this and some people aren't because
Right,
of the
right,
magnitude of what's happened.
right. It's a huge. It's the come on. The population is huge, especially in these parishes because, all right. See why a lot of person be saying is only Saint Elizabeth alone I get help and you know, and I'm like most people need to real. I don't think they even know that Saint Elizabeth is very important. It's one of the most important parish in Jamaica. Right? That's where we get that we call it our food basket. And it is the biggest parish also. You understand? So a lot of person always ask why so much people pay attention to St. Elizabeth and nowhere else. You understand? But it's because, like I said, it's because it's our food basket. So of course they want to try get that parish up and running first. It's sad, like I said, it's like a sacrifice to be honest. But I personally believe that majority, like 95% of the people are going to get help across the all the parishes.
But we know time is running out for some people.
It is. I must agree with that.
TJ, I can say a thing, yes. What you
Yeah, man,
say?
bro.
What you saying a while ago, the government work on a systematical farm.
Right,
And that's
right,
evidently, you understand?
right.
They go by the books. But
Mm-hmm.
you know why everything is lacking right now? Lack of unity. The
True.
opposition and who is in charge now, they don't prepare the citizen to get the assistance they need after a hurricane. It's just simple. They are not unite. That's why our citizen is feeling this aftermath right now. I will
Yeah,
agree.
that's true, man.
We can agree, say yes. It's going to take a tremendous amount of effort to bring back a country that is not a first world country that's going to
Right.
need help from other country. We
Mm-hmm.
understand. But you see, if they did make any form of operation to look out for the citizen, this would be like walkover because Jamaica tough.
All right, hold on.
Jamaica
When
can manage anything and get
when I
over
say
it.
may I try understand everything what you say clearly. When you say him should have prepared the citizens, what you mean? Because is it like a case where remember when the hurricane before the hurricane come, remember so we have hurricane warning and we've been on hurricane watch and the government has sent out a lot of buses to all of these places, majority of these places that are seriously affected. And remember how we Jamaicans stay, we don't want to go. We literally decide say, yo, you know what, we want to stay. And it is just so sad that you stay, majority of the people them stay, end up get sick, end up get hurt, all sort of thing, and then it'll come back around over them.
Sorry
Blame
about
it on the
that. You know, so
government.
me never get to hear what you say, TJ. Sorry about that. Can you
Oh,
just repeat yourself back?
all right. I was saying that no, I was going off a statement that you made about the government prepare us, and I was saying that him actually try that, which is what them do in every hurricane time. Where him normally would have do him that send buses for the yeah. Why?
Charity. When, when crisis charity reached out to me, right, and the fire brigade came to come rescue me, there was no shelter for me. There was no shelter. They can't even direct me to a shelter. When I get rescued, they
Where you live?
couldn't
Which
even
part you live?
direct me to a shelter.
Which part you live, Swiss?
Montego Bay.
Okay, so
Montego Bay.
and them never
Now,
send a bus in your area?
So 1 second. So just for context, what he's saying, TJ, is that last week we were here on TikTok doing coverage. He contacted us, and we can see basically the window in his home had blown off, and everything had blown off, and we could see the hurricane blowing outside. He was trapped, and a lot of things had collapsed. We were able to coordinate with the JDF, the fire brigade, and the charity crisis support to get him rescued. So there's a video on my page if you guys want to see it. So he's
Okay.
saying when he was taken from the property, he was rescued. they just left him on the street because there was nowhere for him to go.
What?
They didn't know where to take him. There was no shelters. So he then had to go back into the property with all the debris and everything collapsed around him.
Oh, there wasn't any
And
shelter for in his community at the
exactly,
time.
yeah. So that's
Oh,
why
okay,
he's
okay.
saying he doesn't believe that the government had a plan in place in
Oh,
order
okay,
to
I
try and
understand.
protect people. And I guess I'm going to follow up with with the point that you made. Um, if it's not the response, because what you're basically saying is basically, the government's doing everything that they can. Jamaica's a smaller country; it's not compared to a big country like the UK or the US. But
Right.
who takes responsibility when the response fails to reach the people? Who does the buck stop with? Do you think is it someone
I mean,
else?
it all depends on the situation. Because, like I said, if it's a case where the government try to help and then you refuse to help, then you're on your own. But if it's a case like Swiss now, where them just left him, then that's a problem.
I mean, that's a failure, isn't it? That is a
Yeah, I would
slam dunk
consider.
failure.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. So so there was no shelter because I normally, I guess, cause based off of what me know, like in crisis like this, him always have a shelter in every
So
You know
area,
where
every
may have to
community.
go? You know where may have to go, TJ?
Where?
We go to the Mobile Parish Council.
And what did
That's
he do?
where that I have to go in the night, and then go back into my community back because there was no shelter, there was no food, no water, no no source of like someone that like could assist me during out the whole controversy that was
You
occurring
never get to talk to
during
anybody,
that
like
time.
the MP. You not talk to the MP or nothing. You get to talk to nobody.
No, after this time,
Yeah.
no, we not get to
we've
talk to
not been
any
able to.
MP or anything.
TJ, we've been using this platform in order to coordinate and get help and get him food every single day. This is where we've been trying to help him and so many others. That's why I think there's a lot of people out there with the belief that if there was a plan in place and people, the communities that may be off the grid right now, were aware of these plans, then maybe there will be less often of people. There'll be maybe less people relying on
TJ,
the government if they knew that they had to pick up the pieces themselves, So I think
Okay.
TJ.
that's why you've got
So
some communities and some people feeling this way.
last last year we did have a storm, right? And it was in a category 5, right? You
Right.
know, a lot of people lose a lot of things still in that storm, right?
Right.
And they talk about like relief things that they make implementing to for our citizens that have a house or and then property get destroyed. You can file for certain amount of money to get back.
Yeah, but
Listen, none
you
of
also know that.
those
No,
applications.
let me tell you about that. They are talking about Hurricane Beryl, which was last year. So you know that up to this date, some
Yeah.
people have recovered from it, right? You know
Yeah,
that some
yeah,
people.
enough people to recover from it,
All right, there you go.
and me, are one of them people.
Oh, say I want to
Me, are
again.
one of them people that actually, I'm go to the MP, I talk to the MP, I make my situation be known. Me is a very popular youth on TikTok to see. So a lot of people know my
Yeah,
story.
man, I think I
A
see
lot of
copy
people know me in Montego Bay,
video.
right?
Yeah.
Enough time done to the disability program that they have for we as people with disability. We don't get any form of benefit from the disability community, like for assist with or like living throughout this time. We not get no assistance, no time at all. Like, and we are resident of the country. We are
Yeah.
we sign up agreement with them and make them know about our disability, so we know we are a licensed disability person. So we should get some form of resources from the disability community as well, looking out for we, and we are not getting that. I even talked to Andrew Owens personally when he come to Montego Bay when them burned on the arcade. Remember when them burned on the arcade?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he was there in our press conference and we get a talk to him. And when I was talking to him, I tell him about my situation and how me I live, how me I been getting cheated and all of that, and what caused my incident. I even bring up my prosthetics, saying I would like to get a prosthetics, and he told me that he have a program, a newly program that they invented not too long ago for people that have disability and
Disabilities.
lose their limbs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they tell me to go to a certain place at Cornell Regional Hospital, some compassionate program, signed up the form, get my my documentation from the hospital, get my stamp of approval from the disability community to show that etc etc, get invoice from the company that makes no not say makes they purchase prosthetic, and so I get an invoice from the company as well, get my measurement, everything. And none of those programs that they tell we about, we ain't getting any help. So that's
Is
why
it
I
that
tell
the
myself from
program up and running? Is it that the case where the program is actually up and running, or there's just no program at
then
all?
if is
What
there, I would assume there's a program, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be depends on who they want to get. Like, I'm not have to say that because yeah, evidently they must count because they have a company in Jamaica named Sergic that purchased the hands them overseas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they're gonna build any hand. So they're not be manufacturing any hand. There would be like a fundraiser or a fund provider for me to get access to the hands. So and none of those programs never went through for me.
You know if
Until now.
you know
So
if
it's
you go
just
through
like a
to
promise.
anybody at all?
Pardon me?
what we can what we can do, Swiss TJ, what we can do, we can take this in the inbox, and TJ, if you're happy to help me and to help everyone else who's helping Swiss behind the scenes, we'd
Yeah, man, we
appreciate
can do
it.
that.
I
We can
feel
do that.
I feel like the more people we can get on board just to sort of highlight his cause and what he's trying to do, and just
What's
just
wrong
to
with
get him
him?
some help, we can definitely try
No,
and
man, Swiss supposed to know about me. I don't know if him know me, but him supposed to hear about where
Yeah,
I is.
I know your TG, man.
Yeah, man, we always
Yeah,
help
yeah,
people.
man.
So,
yeah. So
like I
we're gonna
said,
make sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, we can put some of my focus on him.
So we're going to make sure that we're going to continue the conversation and then see what you can do. I know there are a couple of you guys who want to come up and ask questions. To TJ. TJ is a TikToker who's basically been on the ground delivering aid.
And I'm
And
just a TikToker, not a politician. So anybody come with them
yeah,
political questions, I cannot answer all of them. It's just my
but
opinion.
just for just for transparency, TJ. But you understand, you support
Yeah,
the
man.
government and their response right now. So you're a supporter of the government, right? So, but you're
I'm
not
a
a
supporter
politician.
of I'm a supporter of the people.
Of the people, okay,
Of the
but you
people, because
understand the position of the
I do.
government and where they and why they're delayed in getting aid to some people.
Yeah, I do.
So, do you think because if we're saying basically that this is the reality, the government's going to be slow, they're going to reach some people, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, some people aren't going to be reached. Do you think communities should now lead the way in this relief or recovery effort? Then should the government just be giving the communities to do their thing instead of people sitting around waiting for them to turn up? I
But
mean, it
we're
sounds like
already
a
doing that. We're already doing that. This is where, like I said, people just have to just come together and do what we can do and help each other. And then we just wait and see what the government have to come with. Because at the end of the day, we helping each other, that only going to last for like days. But that's why I'm explaining to you guys, when the government put things in place, it is something to sustain all the damages and everything like that. It's government, at the end of the day, government have to fix the road, him have to fix the hospital, him have to go build it back this, him have to go build it back that. Because we can't do that.
So
So
in the
I would,
meantime, the people need to take the
yeah
lead
man,
on
we
this.
have to. Yeah man, we have to.
Okay. So
All
guys,
I can do.
yeah. So TJ, I've got a couple questions, and guys, if you keep it really brief, I'm going to try and get as many of you up, and you can have a back and forth with TJ. Please keep it respectful. CC,
Yeah
I'll
man,
start with
please
you.
do.
Just get to your question and your take on TJ's position that it's up to the communities now and people to try and take the lead on this.
Well, I have several views on this whole thing. So, to an extent, I agree with TJ, right? as he stated, the government plans are more permanent or something
Right.
more effective and impactful long term, etc. However, my thing is, we know that we are in a hurricane zone. It's not just this year, it's every year. What were the logistics, not just this year? What's the logistics if we were to experience, let's say, a hurricane 4, but yet now a hurricane 5? What are the logistics they had in place for rescue? How many cots did they have in place and temporary hot, what you call it, like those little camps? Where are those things? Because in as soon as the hurricane ended, without help from overseas, we should have had those things in place. Not just this year, years ago, because we know Jamaica is a hurricane zone, right? Or
Right.
in the hurricane zone or path. So my thing is, after the hurricane, the areas that were severely devastated, and people, let's get this clear. You might have, where is the basket place? St. Elizabeth or which one again?
Saint Elizabeth.
St. Elizabeth. Yes, it's devastated. But let's not minimize, let's say, just let's use flankers, a little area in flankers, because you might have a little area right there that's just as devastated.
Right.
So everybody issue and urgency is real to them.
Right.
It's
Right.
real to them. My problem is those who are in charge of making sure the logistics make sense prior to these disasters. Where are they now? Where is the delivery on the preparation that they should have been have in place for years? Number one. Number two.
Cece, let him answer that first. It's just it might be easier that way, and then just do your second
All
one
right.
quickly
So
afterwards.
remember, like I said, I can't answer
No,
all
I
the
don't
questions.
expect him to answer that. To
Oh,
be
it's a
quite
rhetorical
honest.
question.
It's kind of retarded. It's for the
Oh,
people
it's
to
rhetorical.
think. Yeah, it's for
I
the
mean,
people to really
I could answer
think.
it partially because right before the hurricane, he actually said that Jamaica is not prepared for a Category 5.
Okay, but regardless, category 5 or not, we should have had some cots, some temporary, I don't want to say huts, but those little tarpaulin houses like you see in some areas, like we should have had at least a couple hundreds of those.
But there's
Because
several out now.
every year we are expecting hurricane, whether
Right.
it's a category 1, 2, 3, or 4. Right?
Right.
It could just be as disastrous for some people as a category 5 is for many people now. That's the point I'm making. So I don't expect you to answer that because I already have the answer. The answer is in the proof.
But I'm just saying that there are several out now, actually.
Now, but it should have been immediately after. Immediately after. Now,
That's
secondly,
No, it couldn't be. No, man, it couldn't be immediately after.
what do you
That's-
mean? Where's
So listen why. Remember, RK. So if you're saying they should set up like a little hut or whatever you call it, right?
there's some, it doesn't have to be them setting it up. You have ones that people can just put up. You kind of open it like when you go camping. Like,
And
at
that's what
least
I'm
those.
explaining now. Remember, so they would have to clear the place first. It
Yeah,
literally.
but there are areas that they still could reach, and it's days later. It shouldn't be days. There are people that they could reach a day later, people they could reach 2 days later, some people maybe 5 days, but we should have seen some action where that's concerned. Now, I don't
Okay.
want to go into the blame game too much.
No, man,
I
I
really
understand what you're
want,
saying.
what I really want the focus to be on, the power is in the hands of the people from day one with the votes. And it's in the hands of the people right now with the unity, right? And I said the last time, we should be our brother's keeper. And sometimes in distress, it's hard to think about others. And we have to understand that psychology of it as well, right? Now, the give outs and the things that they're doing, it's great, but they're missing something very important. The people who are in the squares and people who they're seeing jumping, running around, they need to just pause because those people can easily get access to the things coming in. They need to go into the areas where possible, where people cannot move, they don't have access, they don't have rights, because these people are getting twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
And people who really need it, they need to give based on house. And again, some people don't have house, so they need to have a central area for those people who don't have a house, like a whatever it needs to be, and give them something. I don't know how they would set it up. Where I don't want to go too deep into that. Let me just go back to, we need to focus on house to house, area to area, not just areas that have like a big community and a center where people can go. Don't stop there,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you know
yeah.
those people are going to get everything first, and by the
Right.
time
I
it
agree with
go
that.
beyond that,
I agree
then
with
the
that.
people who really need it and cannot be resourceful as those who are in the front or at the front or in the
Right.
center, they will never get anything.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree with that.
the one thing you said that I don't necessarily agree with,
Mm-hmm.
you said that, I don't want to quote you, but something to the effect that, we should just expect that there are going to be just casualties of this. There is
Mm-hmm.
already casualties of this, one. And number two, and then I'm going to get off so somebody else will talk. And number two, those who are still alive and just waiting for help and support, this is where your brother's keeper, it's critical. This is
Right.
where the community at hand is critical. This lady who came on to say somebody of hers, 80 years old, two legs broken, why can't I hope that there are people hearing this and try to find him now and try to go get him help. He can stay there, have infection, like it doesn't, the casualty, it does, we don't have to have too many more, except for those, regardless if medication, if they get help with medication or whatever, they still wouldn't survive. That we can't do nothing about. But for those who, if they get support, and if they get medication, they can survive, they should not become casualties. And the only way we can avoid or try to prevent some of those things, if we really are intentional about being our brother's keeper, check on your neighbors, see what they need. You may not be able to provide it, but speak up, maybe try to get some help. If you have a ride, bring them somewhere. I saw where this guy came on and he said he went to a man, asked him, please lend me a van to go get some help. The man looked at him like, really, you come to me from a van? But then it's like, please take it. Take it and
Yeah.
go get help in Kingston. You know how many people would give somebody, a total stranger, their van to go all the way to Kingston? Trust
Exactly.
them if they can even. So we have
That's
to
why I
be
say
our
we have to
brother's
work together
keeper
now.
to
That's why.
minimize the casualties.
Right.
That's
Right.
what it needs. What some of the things. I'll pause, and if I think of anything else, I'll come back. But I want to give people some time to speak. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it, CC.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. Appreciate it. Jacqueline, if it's a question, if we can be brief and we'll get to a few other people, but yeah, what's your take on all of this?
My, well, I'm shocked with the response, to be honest, because the first thing that you should be doing is saving lives. Go into these parishes and evacuate. You've got hotels that are still standing. You've got cruise ships. You've got stadiums. Get the people out. Get them in safety. Then you can worry about the food basket in St. Elizabeth. That's absolutely insane.
But they're doing
Imagine,
that.
imagine that. Yeah, they're doing it now. We're how many days in?
No, they've been doing that.
Imagine you've survived a hurricane, only to be sitting there waiting to die, waiting to see whether you're going to get help. We're in the 21st century. We're aware that nobody's prepared for a Category 5 hurricane, but you've got the army at hand. Serve and protect. These are people's lives.
So, Jacqueline, your take is that you don't believe that the government were prepared or that they're doing enough right now?
I don't think there was a plan in place. No, I don't.
Do you really believe
Because it
that?
wouldn't have taken this long. Yeah, I do.
TJ,
How
what
can
do you
we
say to
be?
that? I mean, one second, Jacqueline.
How can we be so many days in, Noel, and people are still in the cold, no electric, no water, no food, and you're more concerned about sorting things out in St. Elizabeth? Really?
TJ, what do you
We
say
know
to
that that's a source of income and food for the country,
Yeah.
but you need to put lives first.
Because
First and foremost.
I feel like there are people outside of Jamaica, abroad and everywhere that's watching. I mean, the world's watching Jamaica, and not just the suffering, but also the response and the leadership to all of this. The Prime Minister did say in his news conference today, He said, in 5 to 6 days, Jamaica has done well. Not to say there isn't human suffering, but what Jamaica has done in the space of time is incredible. A lot of people will probably think maybe he's not
Most
seeing what
definitely
they're
not.
seeing. What do you say to what Jacqueline said, that she just doesn't believe that there was any preparation? I mean, why is that narrative out there, do you think?
Well, like I said, I will still stick on the point that because we're a third world country, we maybe couldn't manage what's going on right now, but I still believe that he has been trying. And the thing is, like, I don't know why you guys are not
But
seeing
then,
it. Go ahead.
look, ask for help. Ask for more help.
But
Call
they're
out to the
no, but
world. You
they're
need more
getting
helicopters. You need more help.
yeah, but that's
Admit
what
that
I'm
you've
saying to
failed
you.
your
They get
country. You've failed your people. You need more help. We need to evacuate people.
but they're doing that. That's what I'm saying to you. They're literally helicopters as we speak right now, evacuating people. It's
Now,
just that
that's now.
no. When I mean no, I mean from right after. I'm telling you, I've seen it. But it's just that because it's not everybody can remember. And if you help 50 people, there's still 50 more out there crying for help. And then remember, how we people stay. We're not going to focus on the people who get help. We're still going to always look at the people who need help, the people that are crying out. And majority of the people are crying out. So that is what you guys are seeing the most.
Okay, Jackie, is that okay? I mean, I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on this.
Yeah, we can just agree to disagree. That's fine.
Exactly. That is it. Agree to disagree.
All right,
I mean,
Jackie.
I've got family on the ground. I know exactly what's going on,
And like I said,
irrespective of the fact that I'm
and it's
in
a
the
case where
UK.
if your family did get help, you'd have a next family that's going to cry out and say that they are not getting any help. And that is the problem. Because everybody just want to get help same time, which is it is impossible. If we help your family the day after the hurricane, there's still a next family out there that going need the help. And they're going to cry out, and then they're going to say that, you know what, nobody now help we down here, look how long and days gone. But what about the people who actually get the help? That's just the thing, you know. That's what I'm telling you, is not everybody can get the help at the same time. It is literally impossible. So it don't matter if him help 200,000 people, there's still a next 200,000 on the next side of the land crying out for help, and they're going to say, oh, nobody now help we. But them now remember
Because they feel left. They feel as though they've been stranded.
yeah, and I understand that they're
They're
frustrated.
calling out for help on Noel's platform. I mean, people are desperate.
Yep, I understand that. I understand.
There's more TikTokers and more people abroad and on the apps that are doing more help than the government were. People in the communities, in their parishes, are doing more.
Because
It's
they
great
can.
that they're uniting and they're doing it, but where's the leadership? That's their job.
Right now, at this point, it is everybody's job. We have to help each other. Like I said, at the end of the day, none of us as TikTokers or entertainers cannot build a whole hospital to help the people them. The government have all that on his hand. No Jamaican right now, otherwise somebody who own a bank have a helicopter to evacuate the people them, or the government it still leave to. All of these major things, all of the major help them that need to be done, the government is responsible for all of those. So in the meantime, we as citizens need to come together and just help each other. That's what I think, my opinion.
All right, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie.
Totally
Appreciate you
agree.
coming
I
up.
totally agree. But at the same time, they've still failed. They've failed the Jamaican people.
Yeah, I understand.
Jackie. Thank you.
And
Advocator, what's your question?
All right, quick question, but for Swiss, right? I do have the sentiments for Swiss, right? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, man.
Swiss
What
is
I'm
not here at the
saying,
moment. Swiss is not here at the
yeah,
moment.
I know, but I still have to shout him out and say, okay, I do be empathetic with him, but what I'm saying, right? I'm listening to TJ and everybody talking, right? With one I want to ask, right? When they took Swiss up from his house and take him out in the storm and left him on the street, was that proper for a government agency to left him out on the street without even
No,
finding a proper area to put him in that storm and know that he's a double amputee?
no, that's
And then
not
you
good.
say that the government is doing something proper? I don't
But
think so. That's
it's
what.
not the
That's hold
government
on.
do that, you know.
No. But it's a government agency. The Jamaica Fire Brigade and the Army, they're government agencies. So if the government agency takes you out of your house, right, in a storm, they should have known where the shelters are to take you to the shelters,
Right, I agree. So you blame
right?
that on the government then?
So who is to be blamed then if they didn't coordinate and give the proper places for them to take the persons to?
Well, like I really can't answer that. I would not blame the government though, because it's not a case where the government himself come and
Um,
take him out
TJ,
the house.
TJ, no, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
It is a case because those agency represents the government,
So it's a
and
case
in
where
that
there's no
case,
shelter or no, because I still not understand that, because that kind of weird for you to take
no,
somebody to the house
but
and leave them on the road.
TJ. That's why I tried to come up here now when he was here, because
Yeah,
what I'm saying to you, TJ, for you to take him out with a government agency is not a private individual.
right, yeah,
It's
right.
a government agency representing the government to take that person out and did not take that person to a proper shelter. That means there was no planning, there was no shelter in place. They don't know the logistics of the
Yeah,
shelters
yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say,
I don't understand why them do that, because that
right?
definitely foul play.
And
That's
and
definitely
and you
foul
keep
play.
alluding to the fact that the government built an hospital. The government did not do anything with the hospitals. The field hospitals were international initiatives, sir.
No man,
They
the government,
only no,
no,
stop.
you're wrong.
Those were international initiatives
So
by the
listen,
Samaritan Purse International Initiative by Samaritan Purse, right? And the Barbadian government and the Spanish government.
so you're
They
saying the
just
government have nothing
they
at all to do with it?
sir,
That
the
is
government
impossible,
have
bro. That
what your name?
no man, that is
The
impossible.
government, listen, in
Yeah.
COVID, the government got field hospitals to erect, right? So if the government had field hospitals to erect during COVID, right? Why weren't those erected? And why do you have to wait on Samaritan Purse, the Barbadian government, and the Spanish government to come and erect those? And the government has field hospital that they did not erect. Don't you think something is really wrong with that, PJ?
All right, so hold on. Based off the, 'cause it was Floyd Green, the hospital them just built in Black River. It was with Floyd Green, right? Which is a member of parliament. And in the interview, he said they and I don't remember the guys, the people them the way you talk about now. I don't remember them name. They said
The
they all came
hospitals,
together.
TJ, the hospitals were erected by Samaritan Purse as a part. Samaritan Purse is an international
So who you
agency
believe organized that? You think so? It's a
that
case of
goes
them just
into disaster areas and help in the disaster areas,
all right. I have
right?
a
They work in.
question.
Advocator,
I
I
have a
think what
question.
TJ is saying is that I think the point that TJ is trying to make, and it's probably getting lost in translation, is that the government will have probably requested for them to come in, but obviously they've done the work in
Right, because it's not
putting up the
something where them can
facility.
just right. You can't
All right,
just
all
come
right.
and just say, "Oh,
But
I'm gonna open a hospital."
listen. Noel.
Yeah.
In an emergency, in a case like that, right? Listen carefully. The government is not really requesting anything. The international community is offering. There's a difference from requesting and offering, right?
So they would have
So
seen
when you
what was happening, and then they would
what's
have
happening and
offered
they
it, and then the
offered,
government accepts it.
yes.
Right, but the government, yeah, but you still have the government still have to put a hand in it. It's not a case where you can
Do
just
you
come and
understand
just
So I
what I'm
open a
think,
saying?
so I
hospital.
So the
think
government,
TJ Advocate is basically saying that it's these guys who are looking on the outside, seeing the catastrophe, and then offering their services. Maybe if the government, are you saying, Advocator, that the government should have spoken up from maybe 4 or 5 days ago to
from
say we
day
need
one,
help?
no, from the second day and or the first day into the storm, TJ, when they saw the magnitude of disaster, they should have reached out to these places or reach out to other persons and ask them, say, listen, this is more than what we can handle. We need the help. Instead of coming out and telling everybody, oh yes, we
But I
can
think that
handle
was
this, we
very
can handle
evident. That's
this.
what that. If,
No,
I
no, no,
think
no, no,
that.
no. They
So you
came
don't
out and
think
they came out and they said that they can handle it. And everything they can
who
handle
said that?
what's happening.
Who
The
said that?
government did. The government
So
did.
they can angle everything that's happening, that's going on right now, on their own. I don't know about that. First, may I hear that?
Okay. Well, you
First
need
me
to
hear
do
that.
some more research. Anyhow, let somebody else speak in the meantime.
Appreciate
Because
you
TJ,
advocating.
All right.
TJ, you're a sympathizer. Thank you.
All right.
Jackie, hey,
I
you
guess
made
that
it
was
up.
a
So guys,
comrade. Them somebody says a comrade, so I have to understand.
Hello.
Like I said, I'm not into politics. So
so let me make this clear again, and we'll just repeat this. So TJ's not here as a politician, right? So he's
right.
here because he's been on the ground. He's been helping out with relief and using his platform as a TikToker to fill the gaps or the holes where the
I am just
government
here to
hasn't
help,
been
guys.
able
That's
to
all.
reach. Yeah.
I
So
am
he's just
literally here
basically
just to
been out
help.
and about, but he believes that the government is doing the best it can at the moment under the circumstances. A lot of you guys don't believe that's the case, but Jackie, what's your question?
My question is, TJ, I applaud you for what you're doing. Big up yourself, you and your girlfriend. But me personally think the government is not doing enough. I'm living in the States and
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Glendevon, and no one came to Glendevon to give out any help
Where is that? Where is Glendever?
in Montego Bay.
Okay.
There is not, they have not seen a soul there. They have not seen one person there. And I believe, I understand, so Westmoreland and all those countries and other places get hit, but that's not there alone. And I
But
feel like the
but
government,
Jackie, you see
what,
all life funny? A
eh,
whole heap of people man go Montego Bay, a whole heap of TikToker go Montego Bay, a whole heap of
yes,
other.
I know that
So
too, TJ, and I
exactly.
saw it. I saw it,
Yeah,
but
right.
what you don't understand, like the people in town is getting help. The people on the outer, inside of, when I have access to go downtown, to go line up and get help, is not getting any help. But when it
Right.
comes, listen, this is not about politics.
Yeah
But
man, yeah man.
what I'm saying, when it comes it's time to vote, they find every crevice, every corner where there is an old person that cannot walk. They
That's true,
find
that's true. That
that
is true.
household to go and take them out their bed to go and vote for them. Why is it that they cannot go in those same crevice and corner to go house to house to help
That
people?
is you
Because
probably got
guess
point.
what? You see the ones in the city are getting 5 and 6. Everyone comes, they get help from them. But what about the ones that cannot be down there? Like,
Is
come
it
on.
accessible? As in there's the pathway is open and everything?
Yes, it's open, but then everyone have vehicle to go down there and everyone could mobile to go to get help. I mean, they need to come in the communities too, where people
Okay.
need help. That's my
The
thing.
only thing I know for sure is that majority of the places them now, like I even mentioned, Mobile and also in Westmoreland, a lot of the places the people them actually afraid for coming out because as they can know, them start rob we the people who are trying to help, you know.
TJ,
So I don't know.
TJ, let me turn on my camera, hurt me there.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I have a store in Montego Bay. I'm a trying girl. Our
Right.
standard, see, I'm doing here at this moment. Let me take up my camera. My store was looted in the storm. I lose everything. I didn't know if I'm supposed to cry, if I'm supposed to bawl, if I'm supposed to scream. But when I saw what happened in Jamaica, I forget about every material things I
Right.
had.
True.
See, I just buy 2. I'm not rich. I'm trying. I just buy generator and see the food them. I'm trying to send them out. Yeah. My heart hurt me. My
Yeah.
heart pains me. I don't have it that I could help everyone, but I could help my immediate family at this moment. But we as the people trying to help, because I see you doing it, I see Maya doing it, I see everybody else doing it. Why the government can't do it? Come on now.
Well, like I said,
Why
I
he
don't know.
can why? Let's be real now. Why he can't go in the inner city? Because when it's time for him to get his vote, he's there. They all come together. They make a plan.
So I guess, Jackie, your question right now, why can't help arrive to people who need it, and why is it taking so long? TJ, I think you may have answered this again, but for people who are just tapping in, you may want to, give your reasoning why. And obviously, you're not speaking on behalf of the Prime Minister himself.
Yeah.
I was going to say, TJ, you can echo what you said earlier if you like to just answer Jackie's question.
Yeah. So like I said again, people are getting help, but it's not everybody going to get help same time. It's kind of unfortunate that majority of the people have to just wait. And at the same time, we as people just need to help each other until the government do what they do. That's just pretty much it.
All right. Appreciate you, Jackie, for coming up. Let's go to you.
Sorry for we go through, Jackie. Big up.
Yeah. And keep up the good work, Jackie. Your customers look happy in those chairs. S, are you there? Do you want to ask your question to TJ?
Hi, TJ. Firstly, thank you. You seem to be doing really good work.
Yeah, man.
I lived in Jamaica from the age of 10 to 25, and now I'm back in London, but I go back and forth. And so I have lots of family and friends there, and I literally left 3 weeks ago. So a part of me feels gutted.
Yeah.
Another part of me is like, oh, thank God I'm not there for myself, which is selfish, but it's very transparent and, honest. I just have, and I guess I don't want to make this about politics. I now feel bad for you because everyone's questioning you with the same thing.
Right.
But question for you, because you obviously have more visibility than a lot of people. Forget the media, forget what we see on camera, forget the clout chasers. We don't know what some celebrities are doing. What I want to know your thoughts on, and, Noel, if you don't mind, if anyone else has an opinion, it would be great, is how things are getting distributed evenly. Because I think one of the issues that I'm seeing from friends and family and, from even your live is that they're coming here, but they're not coming there. They're coming to this community, but they're not coming there. There's, a person called Bob, and he's getting the 10 meals a day because he's going around collecting them. But then there's someone in a home who can't walk, who's not even getting medical attention. So I guess my thing is, okay, the government clearly didn't have a real prevention plan in place. Fine. What they did have in place, people weren't taking seriously. Fine. But
Right.
also, I'm just thinking, how are things getting distributed evenly? I saw some videos circulating in, my WhatsApp groups from people in Jamaica where someone's given out food and the same man has his hand in this guy's car taking boxes and boxes and boxes.
Right.
And no one can control it because they're shook.
Yeah, I've been through that also. You see, when it pertaining to that now, I think we as the people need to be blamed for that because, it's
That's
just
my
dishonest.
point.
Yeah, it's just being greedy and dishonest, to be honest. Because I've when I went to St. Elizabeth, I witnessed that for myself. I gave people care packages and they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Same set of people. So it's hard. It's kind of hard to control. I mean, I was there with securities and police, and it's still.
It's still hard, right?
Yes, very still. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just the people. I'm just dishonest, to be honest about that.
And then,
Right.
is there any sort of? I will give someone else a go. No, I'm conscious you have lots of people, but is there any sort of guidance that maybe more influential people in the communities are getting? I know quite a lot of people in Montego Bay, so I know there's few people that are well connected, few business owners that are well connected that are doing loads. But how are they getting guidance and support from, I'll say, the government? And you may not know, or should I say, are you getting any guidance from the government or the mayor or whoever sits within your community?
No.
Or are you just doing so you're not, so you're
Right.
doing
So we just do this. Yeah, this is just
Yeah.
an independent thing.
Okay, that's
Right.
interesting.
Everyone's just
Okay.
stepping up in the moment and doing
Yeah.
what they can.
Right.
Fine.
Appreciate you. Ed.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for coming
TJ.
up.
Thank you. No, you're doing a really good thing.
Yeah, man.
Take care.
Sweetie, for those of you guys who are just tapping in, I know Miss Rhoda, you were asking about Swiss. Swiss, obviously, as you guys know, he was rescued. He's doing okay, but he's still struggling just day by day in terms of getting back on his feet. We heard from him earlier when TJ was here, and we're going to sort of double our numbers and try and see if we can double our efforts to get in more help. So TJ's here and he's talking to us, having been on the ground delivering aid. April, so TJ's been delivering aid and he's come on just to sort of give us a sense of what the reality is on the ground out there, right? So I feel like we see a lot of videos sometimes and there's context behind videos, context behind what's happening on the ground. So he's come on just to give his take and to basically say that he believes the government is doing the best it can under the circumstances. Sweetie, what's your question? Sweetie.
Yeah, no, yeah, good evening. I don't know if it's a question or I realize that it seems as if TJ is doing something on the ground, which is great, but what my 2 cents is, 3 cents, whatever, if so many people, right, the people are coming together, I can see that, right, the people that is affected, that's there, I can see that they're coming together and there's help. Well, I can't, but you call it figure, work it out, how much capacity, like from Black River, Clarendon, and Negril, is getting help really. But I mean, if so much entertainers helping out, and with the fundraising from abroad helping out as well, I don't see the reason why from the hurricane hit, right? Some people should be out of, I mean, not even see any help at all. If it's an area where has been cut off, that is where the government and the army comes in, cause they have the big, what you call it, if it's boat, if it's water, you get boat. If the road is blocked, we know that is tree saw. So I don't see why some people should be in a position now where they still don't see nobody. That is impossible. That is totally impossible because remember, you have people that's lost their life there. You have animals and that's gone there and what have you. The place is getting away smell wise. So how could that be possible? That some people don't touch none at all yet. What about who don't have no water, who don't have no food?
So 8 days in TJ, she's basically making the point, why is it taking so long, which I think goes back to today's question, right?
Why is it taking
so Sweet P, so Sweetie P, Sweetie, I have a question now. This is my first question. Do you believe the government could have helped everybody in 8 days?
No. That is totally impossible. No one is saying the government. Look here, we never had this before, so there's no way no one can come up and say that. It's not that. This not have nothing to do with him helping everybody. No, as I just said, we can see that there's a lot of help on the ground, and fair enough, it is huge with what happened. So why is it? I said you have helicopter, you have tractor. Tractors that's supposed to clear up things, and you have you have the army of helicopters as well. There is no way people should be don't have a bottle of water, have water to drink, have medical nurses and what have you checking that ear. I said if it's by ear, use the helicopter. If it's by land, use boat. So
so Sweet P, again, our next question. You know that them find couple dead bodies, right?
Well, unalive, yes. And a couple where in which area? It's not couple. It's rising.
No, I know, but me just ask you, all them extract them dead bodies there?
No. I am not on the ground at the moment.
Okay, so I'm just let you know. I'm just let you know. Say helicopters. I do it.
No, I know. We all know that. That's the only. That is the only way they're gonna take them out.
Actually, right. Sweetie, 1 second. I don't think a lot of people are aware of that. Just elaborate and just share that with people, TJ, what you know and how that process is working. Yes, man.
It have to be helicopter taking them out.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? What you know, or just what you've seen?
You see it happening, TJ.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously, is the helicopter gonna do it?
Right. So that's why I said the people are complaining about they're not seeing stuff, but it's just that it is not been done a lot. Like it can't cover the whole ground. But when you hear the news report,
TJ, if they are talking for themselves individually, it's different. You understand? If them don't see it, I don't think that if they seen it, I don't think them could come and lie to fabricate the government say it's not happening.
okay,
We
well, it's
can't
happening.
dispute that.
Right. Sweetie, thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Noel, for having
Appreciate
Yeah,
me.
man,
You
big
can
up,
take me
big
down.
up, big up.
So guys, I know a lot of you
Yes.
guys are in the line, so we're going to try and get to you. And guys, I'm going to be really brutal, so you got to make your question short, and he will try and answer if he can.